Thingy.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's very rare to see me this early in the morning, even though I used to be a morning streamer. I totally forgot to ask how do you say your name before?
Thea.
Thea. Okay, so I was saying it right in my head. I just didn't want to make
You
a fool of
were.
myself. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Thea. Thea goes by she, they. Let's be nice and respect pronouns. I will bonk you. Mods will bonk you. Let's be kind and respectful today. Okay. So, just jumping right into it. I did see that you are a number a number of self-identifying like poly, demisexual, and panromantic.
Yep.
So if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and then kind of into how you kind of landed on these titles, like the journey to getting here. Feel free to just ramble on. As you're rambling, I'll think of questions in between, or I'll stop you in between. But don't feel like you're talking too much. Just go ahead into it.
Okay, so like when I was about 9-ish, I realized girls were pretty cool, and I had my first kiss with a girl.
At 9?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's in my closet too. It was very ironic. Like it was during a time when I was, discovering my sexuality and what those kinds of things were. My mom never really told me much, but I had friends and I had the internet. I found out very quickly. I think I was around 12 or 13 when I started questioning my gender. Like this was during the era where I had a lot of time on DeviantArt and Tumblr, so I was learning more about those things as well, and like what it meant to not identify with the gender you were born with.
Yeah.
I went around between a lot of things. Uh, Honestly, I'm pretty sure I've worn every flag at least once, if not
Oh,
multiple
honestly, at this
times.
point, same.
At the moment, I've kind of landed on just non-binary in terms of my gender.
Hmm.
I don't really care what pronouns you use, honestly. Uh, so, in terms of my sexuality, I knew very early on that I wasn't just into guys. But it wasn't actually until I got my first serious boyfriend, who I later married, and I'm still married to, that I realized that I needed a very strong emotional bond before I felt like I wanted to have sex.
Hmm.
That's how I found out I was demisexual. And I've dated people who were non binary, I've dated girls, I've dated guys, I've dated just about everyone. So, like, pansexual, like, panromantic seemed to fit pretty well. Um,
So, thank you so much for the follow, Marcus. Enjoy your stay in the galaxy. As like coming out, are you out to family? Are you out to like, friends, IRL, or is it just like online, strictly, everyone knows this is what I am and such?
um, in terms of my sexuality, I'm open to everybody. My mom thinks I'm just bisexual. I've attempted to explain before, and she just doesn't quite get it. I attempted to come out to her about my gender once, and that did not go very well. And I'm 24 now, so it doesn't really matter what she thinks or
Yeah.
says. So I just kind of really don't talk about it much with her. I don't really talk to her much at all anymore. But other than that, yeah, everyone pretty much knows that I'm non-binary and that I kind of dig everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, my mom just thinks I'm bisexual, such a mood. Like, people just, like, older people just don't understand. Like, you can like people just for, like, who they are. Like, you don't have to pick one or the other. You could pick everybody. It's like, what do you mean? No, only pick one. I'm like, no, I'm keeping my options open.
I think it's more like she doesn't really believe non-binary exists, that you have to be either male or female, because like she's okay with people being trans. She just doesn't get the whole non-binary thing.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, my definite,
I
like,
guess.
coming out to both my parents as non-binary is unrealistic for me. Like, they're both the same. They just like you got to pick one or the other, or like they just don't get it, you know.
Yeah, they just
And it's
don't.
just like I just don't feel a connection, with like being a girl, but I don't feel a connection too much with being a boy. I'm just kind of I'm in the in between, kind of just there. It's just easier just to use they them, honestly. Um, yeah, so I myself am not out when it comes to like gender identity. As to being like my sexual identity, yeah, I'm out to everyone as well. I'm just like I make sure people know.
Yeah, I'm not very shy about it at all.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, gotta be comfortable in your own space. Comfortable with you.
I'm usually a bit more shy about coming out as being poly, just because that affects more than just me.
Yeah.
So. Plus,
Um,
honestly, I don't really see it as many people's business.
no, yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel like that's something like you don't owe anybody like an explanation or kind of like, hey, just to let you know I'm poly. Like that's
Yeah.
something casual you just bring up. I think it's different like on depending on the setting that you're in, and then if that kind of stuff comes up, or like they kind of see you with your husband and then like 2 days later they see you with somebody else. And they're
Yeah.
just like, wait, are you cheating? You're like, no, 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 no.
No, not quite.
Um, not quite. But going into that, Is your husband also poly? If not, is he okay with you just being it? Or is it just kind of something that you had to compromise with?
Um, my husband had a trip with seeing if he was poly, and the answer was no. He knows I'm poly. I guess he's okay with it because I am dating somebody. So
You're like, you got,
I would
mean, I
suggest
sure hope so.
well, goddamn, I sure hope so.
When it comes to that, like, is it ever kind of like, hi, I'm dating someone new? Or is it like, hey, I'm interested in this person. I just want to let you know, like, it might be something I'm gonna pursue. Or is it ever kind of like, hey, I'm not comfortable you pursuing this person? Like, have you guys ever come to the point where it's just kind of like, no, like, I don't want you to date that one specifically? Or is it ever, or you just don't say anything or don't introduce? It's just kind of like he has his relationship with you, and then it's just like, I don't care about the rest. Like, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to know about them.
Um, I don't know because since we started this whole thing, I've only been dating one other person,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a pretty close thing. It's just me and him, and then me and my husband, and it's been like that for about a year.
Okay.
Actually, it's
Does
over a
he
year
ever
actually.
like want to know? Like, is he interested in like knowing what's going on or knowing who it is? Or, like, I don't know if it's like only like a long distance or online relationship, but does he ever like, oh yeah, let's go hang out with your partner?
It's a long distance relationship at the moment. He's kind of
Okay.
all the way across the country. But eventually, uh, we're hoping that all of us will move in together because the thing is the two of them have been friends for a couple years,
Oh, okay.
and then him and I started dating, and so like, it's interesting.
I get it. Yeah.
It's a very
um,
interesting situation we found ourselves in.
yeah. You know what? As long as everybody's happy, that's all that matters. Everyone's
Yeah.
happy and safe. I know that you mentioned like uh you're mostly from home. Like, do you work? Are you like a housewife? Um,
At the moment, my work is being a content creator
okay,
and
cool.
taking care of my child, quote unquote. She,
Okay.
they are my husband's little sibling. Their mother passed away a couple of years ago, so we've been taking care of
Oh,
her.
yeah. So with her, like, or with them, do they know like about you, like, or even like the poly situation and such like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah. They're very aware. Um, the person I'm dating, before we were dating and before I really knew him well, he was their like adoptive father, like
Oh,
internet father.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's a very closed circle.
I mean, whatever works, works, Like, you guys are. It's nice that it's someone that's also, like, close because then it's not weird, Like, if he were or when he does ever move in, it's not going to be like, who's this guy?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh, like other dads moving in, basically. And it's like, now I got two dads. Well, brother, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
My partner and I are both poly, but my other relationships are all queer platonic, and I don't get to talk much with other poly people because I'm usually more hush hush. So I'm really excited and happy to hear about others' experience in poly dating. Cozy, yes. That's very nice. Yeah, that's literally the whole point of Beyond the Queer. I bring everyone to each other.
Gather all the
I
gays.
gather I gather all of the gays and introduce all of the gays to each other. Yeah, my last partner was also poly, but I am not. Um, he did try to like date other people, and I knew this when we were dating that he was poly, and I told him like honestly, I'm a very selfish person when it comes to you. Like as it is, you don't give me attention.
Damn.
Like
Oh,
as it is,
oh
you know?
no.
So if I were to find out that you are giving more to someone else, that's just going to make it worse for us. Um so I was open to it at some point, you know, when we first started dating, but then like he never got a partner or anything like that. Um and then it's just like he just stopped kind of not being interested, but it was just like the attention was definitely lacking. Or like wanting to spend time together or like to hang out or like to go on dates or come over or for us just to go get food or me go drop off with food. What's it called? Like at school, whatever. Like
Yeah.
it just got to that point and then I was just like, I'm so glad that like in the middle of a relationship I was like, you know what, I'm not comfortable with this because the attention is lacking so much already. I don't even want to know what it's like if someone else is involved. Like if
Yeah.
I were to definitely find out that you are literally sleeping with this person more, giving them more attention than me, it's just I'm gonna like actually hurt myself. Like this is not gonna work. So very early on I was just like, you know what, I'm not very comfortable with the poly. um I've like recently have thought about it and it's just like, I mean, kind of like reading yours, and I've met a couple of poly people. Like I met Fern, you know, and it's like I've met a couple other people, and it's like um I learned a like being poly definitely goes into like another like fucking umbrella. Like as it is, being non-binary is already an umbrella. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, being poly is all like a second umbrella. Cause it could be like so much more than just like a sexual partner. I was just like, I never realized that it could also just be kind of like an emotional partner or like a romantic
Yeah.
partner or like queer platonic partner. And I was just like, oh my god, like I don't have to like have, you know, like a sexual relationship because I myself am just a very sexual person. So I've always just thought like that's how just relationships need to be. um and then like meeting new people, it's like every time I meet someone I'm like, I'm learning something new about myself. I'm over here now questioning my gender identity after my last meet on Saturday. I forgot what it was, the term where it's like you don't feel a connection to any gender whatsoever. And I'm like, oh my God, is that me? So every time I'm meeting someone, I'm like learning something new about myself. And I'm just like, I'm exhausted. Let me give me a second. And
It's
now it's like,
exhausting being human.
yeah, and it's like meeting you and Farina is just like, maybe I am poly, but like in a romantic way or like in a platonic way. Like, what is going
Yeah.
on? But safe to say, like, we broke up. Like, yeah, it just didn't work out.
Good.
Not saving you
Good.
from the side of the road. Yeah, no, this person, my tire popped, or like, no, not even that. My car broke down on my way to work. It was like I broke down on the side of the freeway, and they were struggling with their health. And not to say that my struggles are bigger, not to say that my struggles are bigger, but I suffer from major chronic migraines that like can literally visually impair me and like mobily impair me. Like it just gets so bad. You know, he just had a headache. So I was on the side of the road. He lives, I think, like 20 or 30 minutes away from where I work. And I think I was 15 minutes away from work. So it was probably like a 15-20 minute drive. My car broke down. I didn't have anybody, you know, and a tow truck was coming already to to take the car. I suffer from severe anxiety and panic disorder. So I was on the verge. I was on the verge of having like a full blown panic attack. And it's my comfort person, you know, it's your partner.
Yeah.
Um, so I called him and I asked him, I was like, hey, can you come pick me up? Like, I'm on the side of the road. My roommates aren't answering their phone. My parents live an hour away. And my dad lives 2 hours away. Like, I have nobody to come pick me up but you. Like, can you come get me? Because the guy who's picking me up, I'm scared of men. Especially in small spaces. There's definitely like in that situation. It was raining. There was thunder. I'm deathly terrified. Not deathly, I'm being dramatic, but I will have a panic attack and like physically hurt myself when I get into a panic attack because of thunderstorms. So I was just like, I'm not having a great time. Like, can you please
Couldn't
come
help.
get me? And he was like, my head hurts and it's really sunny outside. I checked the weather for his city and I was like, it's raining. There's no sun. What do you mean? And then he didn't come get me. My roommates finally answered and they said, hey, is your partner getting you? And I was like, no, can you come get me? So they were actually in San Diego. So they drove an hour and a half to come get me. Luckily the truck wasn't here yet, so they came and got me. Thank you so much for the follow, gamer. Enjoy your stay in the galaxy. So they came to get me. They were just as mad that he didn't get me. Um, and then I found out like he was out driving his roommates around. And so he chose to give attention to his roommates instead of coming to get me when I'm on the side of the road. Literally, like, just having the shit time of my life. Everything in my body's, everything that I have was like being triggered, you know? So it's just like you can imagine like the shock and fear that my body was going through. It got to the point where I fully believed that I needed to go to the ER. Like I was just fully like not having a good old time and I was like my meds aren't working, like nothing's working. I need to be sedated because it is not having a good time right now. I was on the verge of like hurting myself, you know? If I ever get to like a panic, too much of a panic state, I will black out and I will start like doing repetitive movements. And for the most part, that's like scratching my arms. And I've even fucked up my tattoos from how hard I scratch myself. Um, so, you know, in that moment, you want someone that you love, someone that's like your comfort person, and you couldn't come get me. And then I was just like, Shuddy, we're breaking up. Like, we're done.
The way I would not have been in the ER for my panic attack, the way I would have been in the county jail.
After I calmed down, I didn't have to go to the ER. I went to urgent care, just to kind of get some calming, you know, because I couldn't calm down. I was on edge for hours after that because I couldn't. It was like on top of like being left alone and like I have kind of like abandonment issues, because of like my parents and such. So when it comes to like the person that was my person, they just abandoned me, you know? And they chose their roommates, which I found out afterwards that he matched on Tinder with one of his roommates. He didn't tell me that that's how he found his roommate. That we started dating and then he was like, "Oh yeah, there's someone I matched on Tinder, went on a couple dates with, and we just didn't hit it off." And then after was like, "Oh, I'm Polly, by the way." And I'm just like, do you realize how uncomfortable this is? Like someone that you dated for a little bit is now living with you. And then you throw in, "Hey, I'm Polly." And I'm just like, huh? And that's the same roommate he decided I'm going to be driving around and hanging out with today instead of helping my girlfriend.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
That is the highway incident.
I have so many things I want to say.
um yeah, so like kind of after that it kind of scared me like from like poly and such, which I'm not saying like all poly like anyone who identifies as poly is like this, you know. It's just a personal thing. It was a very traumatizing experience for myself. Um and then kind of just like meeting with everyone again, I was just like, yeah, not all poly people are like this, and it's like maybe this is me, you know. Still
I
not
promise
fully
you,
identifying as
95%
it.
of the actual poly people are not
Are
like
not
that.
like this. Yeah, no,
No,
I know that. You know, it's just kind of like a personal thing. You know how people like say I'm fat, and like other people are like, well, you're not fat, but I was like, to myself, I'm fat. You know, it's kind of like
Yeah,
an internal personal thing. It's the same
yeah,
thing. It's just an
yeah.
internal personal thing. I think it's just as time goes and as I like talk to people and such, I feel like that will pass. I'm still kind of like hesitant myself about it just because I have um that attention problem, or like you're not giving me enough attention, you must be giving it to
Yeah.
someone else. Or it's just like if I have to share you with somebody, I have to make sure we're getting the equal amount of love. And it's kind of like the same for myself. Like if I'm gonna identify that way, or if I'm gonna be with multiple people, I have to make sure myself I'm giving everyone the same equal amount. even if I like spending more time with one person than the other, it's just I feel like if I'm feeling this way, I'm sure the other people are gonna feel this way as well. So that leads into how do you split your time, um, between your partners? Does one ever get jealous about the other, or is it just kind of like we don't care, we're friends, I don't care, I they feel secure enough?
The thing about it is, it's about giving each person the amount of attention that they want. My husband has always been a rather hands-off person. You know, like, he loves me, I know he loves me, but affection and touch are not his ways of showing or wanting to be shown love. My boyfriend, on the
Okay.
other hand, wants to be constantly touched, attention, all the time. So it kind of works out a little bit. It helps that my
Okay.
husband is literally always in the room with me when he's home, and then I'm on the phone, like texting with my boyfriend.
Yeah. All right. So definitely the time and attention works out. That's good.
Yeah.
So I know that you mentioned about having like disabilities like Iron Mouse and Corpse Husband, and creating that space and being a content creator like them, to create that kind of like environment and like openness and such. I'm not too sure if you're comfortable going into it. But if you'd like to talk about it, we can talk about it. So
Yeah,
kind of like about that,
I'm
as well
yeah.
as what are you doing to create that safe space, or create to be like that voice for your community?
Yeah, I was really inspired, particularly a lot with Corpse, because he and
Hmm.
I share a lot of the disabilities that we have. So I relate to him a lot with how hard he struggles, how hard he struggles. You know, just to sometimes even just get out of bed in the morning is really hard.
Hmm.
And I really want to create that space where, you know, if my chat is struggling, you know, they can talk to me and I can be there to support them and they can be here to support me. Because I had always been told that you need to always put in 100% of your effort or you're not going to make it as a content creator. And for a long time I felt like I couldn't do that because I struggle
Hmm.
so much and I still struggle so much. Um it wasn't until I saw content creators like Corpse and Iron Mouse in them that I felt like, you know, hey, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do something I always wanted to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely inspiring to see like both of them just take the internet, like they both have blown up with their
Yeah.
platforms, considering the struggles that they go through. um I am sort of relating to Corpse when it comes to the fibromyalgia. Um, I struggle a lot with the symptoms, and I've never been fully diagnosed just because hospitals terrify me.
Valid.
Like I have severe anxiety going to the doctor, to the point where it literally immobilizes me. Unfortunately, like my anxiety wins for the most part, but also just my body just wins. Um, I recently started working from home, which makes life so much easier. It's like the most struggle I have to worry about is getting out of bed. Um, but yeah, there's times like myself, like it just gets so immobilizing, and I'm here. you know, I felt a lot like you too. Like I felt like content creating with these struggles, and disabilities, it's hard. Um, you feel like everyone else around you is just so able-bodied, and they're able to go do
Yeah.
all these things, and they're
Yeah.
even able to like travel for content, or also the money, to pop off and like really put the effort into their stuff. I know like myself, like my disability sometimes immobilizes me to put out like even just TikToks, or sit here and film something, and it's just like it's exhausting. Or,
It's
you
so
know,
tough.
even like doing Beyond the Queer, there has been days where I'm just like, I don't feel good. This is not gonna happen. Like I can't do this. Why did I start this big project again? Like I can't today. Like today was definitely hard for me to get out of bed. I got out of bed like an hour and a half later than I should have. I woke up with a migraine, you know, and I was just like, oh my god, no, I really want to do today though. Like I have to find the will and the push. You know, so I'm definitely in pain right now, but I'm enjoying myself, you know, that like I was also told the same, like if you want to succeed, you have to put 110, which it's like sometimes my 25% has to be good. It has to be good enough. You know, and hopefully my community can understand that I only have 25% to give right now, or I only have
Yeah.
10% to give, or I only have 5, and then sometimes like it's less and I'm just like I can't. I can't do it today, you know? Um, with that being said, have you like ever had a situation where like, you know, your community or just people coming in are just like, you suck. Like you're boring. Your energy's not there. Why aren't you talkative? Because I know like being disabled and queer in the VTuber space isn't always as welcoming. But is there any struggles that you've encountered being a creator, not specifically with your community, but just in general, you know, um, just trying to find your footing and such?
Surprisingly enough, no, not yet. I feel like I'm probably a bit still too small to really get the attention of people
Hmm.
who like to go at people like me.
Okay, that's good. There's, I mean, I know community wise, that's probably like a no, but like, do you ever have like community just like, oh, you seem tired today, or like just bring up the fact that you probably don't feel good?
No. I honestly I tend to hide it pretty well.
That's understandable.
I've gotten really good over the years because I've pretty much been ill since I was born, honestly, before that. So I've gotten very good at hiding just how awful I feel.
Oh no. Okay, so I was hoping there was a little more to that because I have more questions about toxicity towards disabled creators and the double standards, but
I've gotten some interesting things because I'm female presenting. I've gotten some interesting things.
I mean, we could talk about that for sure. Yeah, goes in through like the gender identity.
Yeah, it's mostly just like people coming into my DMs wanting to call me mommy and shit, and I'm just like, who are you? What are you? What? Why?
Meanwhile, I am called mommy. And I'm also called dad. I just embrace it at this point. It did make me uncomfortable myself for a while. I don't get DMs. But I do get like comments on like posts of when I post like art or pictures, or I get people come into chat, and like take it a little too far, and I'm just like, relax. Also called Mr. Worldwide, Mr.
Mr.
305. Yes.
305.
Pittylicious Daddy. Yes, that is also me. I have many names. I have a trigger where I can go bald, and now I'm Pitbull.
Oh my god. Man, I feel
Um,
like there's a subtle difference between calling someone mama on stream just for the lulz, and then coming into their DMs being like, ooh, woo, mommy, and I'm just like, do you get out of your house? Have you seen the sun lately?
have you
Stop.
touched the grass?
Have you even touched virtual grass?
Have you touched a woman ever? For the most part, I like discourage it, but I'm saying if you're gonna call me mommy in my DMs, you have to pay me.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna take this unless you pay me.
Nah, nah, these people would try to come out here for free. I'm like, excuse me?
And no, pay me.
No, no, $5
No.
every time you want to call me mommy. I got bills to pay.
With that being said, like feeling like being called like mommy and such and female presenting, like does it ever get to the point where like it hurts your feelings if like they call you like a girl and such? Because you do use she, they. Like I myself, it does hurt me. Like if you default, I mean, I know I'm very female presenting and my boobs are definitely out there. I'm basically asking for it, but still, you know, like I'm very in your face. These are my pronouns. Please don't call me anything else. Um, does it ever feel hurtful towards you? Like, do you ever just like, this shit sucks, you know?
Oh, not really. Mostly because I'm honestly okay with all pronouns. So I feel like I get off a bit lucky there. So if people call
Mhm.
me she, her, I'm really unbothered by it. They could call me a guy and I really would not care. I feel like that is in part the tism.
Fair enough.
I've seen a lot of my my behaviors and I'm like, is that the autism?
True. Yeah. Not diagnosed autism here, but I can definitely feel it. I know it's there.
Well, that's a hell of a story on its own.
Who is the comfort humans? Okay, so now I'm just gonna go into some of the questions. Who are your comfort humans?
Uh, definitely my boyfriend, my husband, and I have a friend on the internet who was also one of my first collab partners. Uh, he and I have gotten rather close. He's like an older brother to me,
Oh,
so he's also one of my comfort people.
how sweet. Will we be ever to meet your boyfriend on stream?
Maybe you guys have and you just don't know it yet.
Oh,
Maybe I've played with him on stream already multiple times.
oh, y'all start watching the VODs. Start looking for the signs. Is it something that like you guys would ever want to be like, hey, this is my boyfriend, we're dating? Or is it just kind of like, let's just keep it hush? Or if it, whoever needs to know will know, and whoever doesn't need to, it's just like whatever, you know? You don't owe that
Yeah.
to anybody.
Honestly, at this point, it's a bit of a joke in my chat.
Okay.
Because the majority of the people that I collab with are guys, oddly enough. It was never intentional, it just kind of happened. So now the big joke is
Um,
which one of them is it?
which one
One's
is
him?
it? It's me, guys. I'm the boyfriend.
Oh, I thought we
Yep.
agreed not to say anything.
I couldn't. I need everyone to know. I need the attention. Thank you so much for the follow, Captain. Enjoy your stay in the galaxy. Welcome. No, yeah, I need everybody to know. Hi, Omega. And then one other question that we have is how much is it to call you mommy in the DMs? It was / joking. What? How much would it be?
$5 each time you say mommy.
$5.
$5 each time.
It increases by $5 each time. So $5 to start. Next time it's $10. Then it's 15.
Absolutely.
You gotta get double the money.
I got pretty art to get made. Pay up.
Oh, same. Oh my gosh, art is so addicting.
Oh, it's an expensive rabbit hole.
I also discovered Skeb is a lot more expensive than I can afford. So I'm so happy I can't go through like that gambling addiction with art. But if I could, I would. There's such pretty art on Skeb.
Oh my gosh.
So I know that you. This question is: do you remember your first kiss? I know you mentioned when you were 9 was a girl. Was the girl your first kiss?
I think so. I think her and I kissed. If not, then it was one of my first boyfriends, and it was really awkward because he didn't really want to because he was in the closet.
Oh, let's just say the girl was the kiss.
I hope so.
Oh my god,
my my memory has been shot by years of heavy antipsychotics.
uh fair enough. Mine has been shot because I banged my head really hard on the steering wheel and I had a concussion for 3 months.
Damn.
Yeah, so I don't remember most of my life. I remember unfortunately traumatic things, and bits and pieces of it. But my first kiss was in middle school. I don't remember how old I was. I went on a date with a guy that I already knew that I was gay. And everyone was just kind of like encouraging us to go out. So we went out. We went to the movies. And then we went back home, and it was like at my doorstep, and I didn't want to kiss him because I was obviously not attracted to him, and he stole my first kiss. And I'm still mad at him to this day because it was not consensual. Like, I told him I didn't want to kiss him, and he still went into for it, and then I tried to push him away, and like he forced me into it.
Bruh, imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, God knows where he is now. I do remember at some point when I did come out, and I posted like on Instagram, I think like a picture of me and my ex, like at Disneyland or something, and then he was like, "I see, I turned you gay." It was that, did that kiss turn you gay? And I was like, I was gay from before you kissed me. And to be fair, that kiss was non-consensual and it was very predatory, and we were too young for me to say anything at the time.
Goddamn, imagine being such a forehead.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was ugh. I wish that was one of the things I forgot. I wish so bad. Instead, I remember predatory behavior. Interesting behavior. Sammy, I don't have the greatest history with partners. I don't. I can go into so many stories about all of my partners, and all of you guys are gonna be like, bro, what? Bro, what? Yeah, friends, partners, do I have stories?
I have lots of interesting stories that don't involve partners.
Stories in life, man, my life has just been a roller coaster.
I didn't really get like into dating until I was like 14.
I'm trying to think when I got into dating. I didn't
Like
get into
actually
like
like sitting down
actual
and being
dating.
like I want a partner. Yeah, I was like 14 or 15.
I think I was like 17, just because I struggled so much like with myself and my sexuality. Because I mean, I've liked girls since I was like 7 or 8 or something. Like I was very young, like you look at girls and you're like, oh, like blushing, star eyes.
It's like, oh my goodness,
Oh
pretty.
my god, pretty, and I would
Pretty.
steal my mom's Victoria's Secret magazines. So I knew I liked girls. Yeah, I looked exactly like that emo Kibby, like looking at girls. I'm still like that.
Who isn't?
Um, so like I was scared to like date because I just felt like I was forced to like guys.
Yeah.
Um, and even now I'm still being forced to like guys by my mom. I'm out to her. I'm out to everybody, but she's like, "Ooh, look at that guy. Isn't he handsome?" And I'm like, "He's not my type." And she's like,
Mom.
"What is your type?" I was like, "Boobies, women." um, so I think I was like 17 or 18 with like my first real boyfriend. I had crushes. I had a crush on this guy who looked exactly like Nick Jonas, and that's the only reason why I had a crush on him, because he looked like Nick Jonas.
Valid.
Um, I had a crush on some guys in middle school. I think we tried to date. I don't remember. It obviously didn't work out. But yeah, I didn't have my first like real boyfriend until high school, and then he ended up cheating on me.
Oh wow, that brought back memories.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I used to live in an apartment complex when I was in grade school. And across the way was this boy. And he and I became really good friends, like from first grade all the way up to fifth grade. Like we were the best of friends. I had the hugest crush on him for years. And then he turned me down in fifth grade in front of the whole school.
Oh,
in
In
front of
front
the
of
whole
the
school,
whole school?
in front of God and everyone. I was just like, what is your problem?
Why?
I don't know. Karma got him though.
Oh my god. Wait, what happened to him?
Um, I think he was like 12. I think we were like 12 or 13. Him and his mom were in a car accident.
Oh, oh my god, talk about karma.
Um, I feel like karma may have gone too far because his mother ended up passing away in the
Oh, no,
accident.
it was like accumulated karma. He probably, if he did that to you, I can guarantee he probably did it to other people.
Probably. I mean, but like
Or he was just a piece
we
of
were
shit to
like
begin
we
with.
were like kids.
You could be an asshole as a kid.
I mean, fair enough.
I've met plenty of piece of shit kids when I was a kid. And they're
I
still
mean,
pieces of shit.
karma kept going at him too. Last time I heard from him was from his older brother, and apparently like he was like strung out on hard substances.
Boy, did you dodge a bullet early on.
I did.
I had a 5-year-old kid scratch the shit out of my arm. Kids suck. Fuck kids.
Fuck with kids.
Respectfully, fuck kids. There is some kids that I have met that are amazing and they have like gentle parent, like they've been gentle parented or like whatever, you know? So they were raised wonderfully. And I met some kids who have like really good what's it called? Like they're just so polite. But other kids, fuck them kids.
See, that was me.
Fuck you too.
I
You're
was
so
the
mean.
polite goody two shoes, and nobody liked me.
I honestly, I think I was the same. I mean, I have a bit of like an attitude and anger problem. That's mostly because I don't let people walk over me. Um, or it's like I'm very assertive. Once I put my mind to something and it's going to be done away, I get very like head on about it, and there's no changing about that kind of stuff. I got that because of my family. With them, it's like if you're not like assertive about it and you're not like putting your foot down about it, they'll walk all over you, and your life will be fully controlled by them. So in life, I just kind of became that way because I feel like everyone is just trying to make it their way or just piss me off. So I'm very much like, I'm doing this and it's going to be at this time and we're going to be here and this is how it's going to happen and this is how it's going to be done because this is the right way and the only way and the most efficient way. So as a child, I wasn't like this. Once I got into like my teens and adulthood, I started becoming this way. Just because I was so tired of people just controlling me. And I'm pretty much the same way in like relationship wise. Kind of like if I put my foot down, I also expect you to put your foot down for your own stuff. Like I'm not gonna walk all over you, but also I'm gonna teach you to not let me walk all over you or not let other people walk all over you. Um, or it's just like I'll try to be nice to you, but if you're being a piece of shit, I'm gonna tell you you're being a piece of shit. Um, but in school, it was just I was bullied severely. I was a nice kid. I honestly kept my nose in the books. I read a lot of books because I was struggling with my dyslexia. So reading helped a lot. Like that was my therapy. And my teachers would even bully me. I had a math teacher that I asked to sit in the front because I didn't have glasses, and my mom didn't want to pay for my glasses. And then my dad didn't think I needed glasses, so I couldn't see. And I asked to sit in the front so I can see, and it was algebra, so you can only imagine. Dyslexia was not having it with algebra. Um, and he would not let me sit in the front. He sat me in the back, and I couldn't see, and I was failing the class. So instead of doing my work because I can't fucking see, I started doing my English work, or I was working on like other classes that I can like work on, or reading. I got bullied by that teacher. He basically said that I was a fucking idiot. And I told him several times whenever we have like one-on-one meetings or like meetings with like my parents and stuff. I was crying, telling my parents he would not let me sit in the front. I can't see. How am I going to do my work? And he called me stupid. He said that I was a fucking idiot, that I wasn't going to get anywhere, and that I might as well drop out of school and work at McDonald's. And I'm overall, all of my classes, A's or B's. This was the only class I was failing because I couldn't sit up front. The only fucking class. And my parents were like, yeah, the shit that this teacher's saying isn't fucking adding up. Let them sit in the front. Like, I can guarantee, like, my parents, the only time that my parents ever backed me up was when it came to education, because, I mean, I can't, that's my only job, like, I like learning. Yeah. So my parents were like, nah, this bitch may be stupid outside of school, but this bitch ain't stupid in school. Like, they may do questionable other things, but not in school. So my teacher severely bullied me. That was the only teacher that was, like, an actual piece of shit. And I've never wished harm on anybody in my life but that old ass motherfucker. Fuck that guy. I don't even know if he's alive right now, but if he's not, good. And then just like all of my peers were just so evil to me. I don't know why.
Kids even when so nasty.
I had people throw shit at me, dude.
I had a kid slam my head in a locker.
Oh my god. I had a kid bruise my ribs.
Like
they threw me against a bench.
Like we had 2 stacked lockers, so there was a row of lockers on top and a row of lockers on the bottom. I had the bottom locker. He also had a bottom locker, but he decided to stand up and slam the locker on my head. Just cause he could. Nobody did anything about it. I told the teacher.
Oh my god.
He basically told me to go fuck myself.
Teachers are so evil. Holy shit. What kind of schools were you attending? Schools in America.
Like, I remember, oh my god, I have so many stories from middle school, because I went to a D-class school. I went to a D-rank school. It was easily the worst school in our district, so you could see a lot of shit. I saw kids having sex in the hallways. I've seen them giving blowjobs in the hallways.
Oh my god!
My poor buddy in 7th grade got hotboxed in the locker room because they were smoking weed in there.
What
and he couldn't leave. So he comes out, high as shit, and I'm like, yo, you good? And he's like, they were smoking it there.
He's like, I'm so high.
Every year at the end of school, like the last 2 weeks or so, were called fight week. Because the teachers couldn't suspend you at that point. They couldn't suspend you and they couldn't expel you. So kids would just go at each other. Literally, they'd go out into the outside courtyard and just fist fight. There would be bets placed on who would win. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure I saw a kid get kidnapped.
What the hell?
So we had this big old field, and behind the field was a bunch of suburbs, and these suburbs were known for being questionable. This poor kid, bless his soul, this kid was way worse than I was, mentally. I'm pretty sure he should have been in special ed, but he wasn't, because fuck kids like that. He crawled through a hole in the fence, walked away, and then I never saw him again.
What?
And that kid lived in my city. He lived there. So I would occasionally see him at Walmart or Publix or some shit like that. I never saw this kid again. He disappeared off the face of the planet. I'm pretty sure.
Did they ever do a missing person? Or metacryptid? Was he a cryptid? Was he even real to begin with?
Because I went to school with this kid since 2nd grade, and this happened in 7th grade.
Has it ever piqued your interest or curiosity to look him up to see if you found him, if he's
I tried to.
around?
He has no records.
Oh my god, the way I got I'm pretty sure this kid wasn't even real. Two kids were in a fight, would go up to the football field and fist fight each other until the cops showed up or until they got bored. Bruh. Yeah, my first high school, fucking wild. You could throw it down with anybody at any given time. Didn't even matter the time of year. They did not give a fuck. I think this was so school starts in like in August. So this is in February. So fairly a couple months into the semester. I'm a freshman. Okay. I'm there with my middle school friends, because we happen to go to the same high school. So, we were like, ooh, friends, and I'm very much like, if it's a holiday and I can make something, I'm going to give my friends things. Like on Valentine's Day, I'll make like my friends little like cookie goodie bags, or I'll make them like little cake pops. Like I'll make something, or like a Valentine's Day basket. Like I'll make you feel loved on Valentine's Day. Like on Halloween, I make spooky baskets for my friends, on I just make baskets in general. I love making like gifts. So on Valentine's Day, I had a group of friends. I didn't want to make individuals for everybody because I had so many like in that little friend group, and it was just by myself making them. My mom didn't want to help me this time, so instead I made like cake pop. I just make like sweets. So I made like brownies, I made cake pops, I made cookies. At that time, my dad was working at NASA. So I did not disclose this to anybody. In middle school, we did disclose it because there was like career day or whatever. So my dad came, brought like some stuff from work and stuff like that. So like he did like a whole presentation for my class. So apparently the word got around from my middle school to the high school students that my dad worked for NASA. Automatically, you think NASA, money, right? That's not true. My dad has the money. I didn't. My parents were divorced at the time. He called himself, this is very controversial of him to say, he called himself a Mexican Jew. I did not like that from the start when he said that to himself. I don't agree with him. But that's what he called himself. So he never spent his money. So he never shared his money with me or anything. Eventually got around to the school that my dad worked for NASA. These senior kids came up to me and were like, if you want to hang out in this spot, which was like an open field. We were on the fucking grass. Okay. Literally everywhere around us. Fucking open as fuck. Nobody near us. They came up to us like, if you want to hang out here, you have to pay us. You have to pay us this amount. And if you want us to leave you alone, you have to pay us this and this. Like the fucking mafia. Okay.
What the fuck?
Like, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, like, hello?
Hello?
I'm a ninth grader. I just got here. Hi. Do you want a brownie?
They must have pissed marked their territory when you weren't looking.
Yeah, I guess, apparently. Eventually that got really escalated same day. They threw all of the food that I made at me and at my friends. They chased me into the girls' bathroom, beat the living shit out of me in the bathroom. Kind of left me there, and then the janitor found me. She helped me to the nurse's office, and then the principal came in. They called my mom. My mom came in and was like, you need to find these seniors that did this, because it's like at this point it was like if they would have beat me up more or like bashed my head in more, like I could have been like fully unconscious, and like it could have been grounds for attempted murder. Yeah, I was like, it could have been grounds for that.
They could have killed you.
They could have actually killed me. My body has gone through so much, which has unfortunately led to a lot of my disabilities. So they didn't do anything. They didn't want to do anything. My mom did try to sue the school, but they had so many like cases against them that it just got to the point where the court was like, at this point, honestly, it's not worth it. Like, this case isn't going to go through for years, And by then, your kid's going to be graduated. Your kid's going to be done with college. Like, there's just no point in spending your money in all of this because nothing's going to happen. And the lawyer said the same thing. Like, we can't even identify who these kids were. Nobody recorded it. And we don't know who or what happened. Like, we only have you that got beat up. And they tried to say that I did this to myself. I was like, Ah,
What?
what? That was the only
Are you
time
stupid or
my mom
something?
ever stepped the fuck up.
Are you stupid or something?
Are you stupid? Yeah, so kids are evil. Fuck schools. Fuck public schools. I ended up transferring high schools. They fell down the stairs, yeah. Um,
I
I
did
don't know.
push a kid down the stairs once.
I accidentally pushed an actual child down the stairs at Disneyland.
Now this was fully on purpose. We had these big old concrete stairs that went up to our second floor and then back down to our first floor. Yeah, no, I had enough of this one girl. We had been having issues with each other for years, and the teachers refused to do anything about it. Like when I was in 3rd grade, she tried to kick my knee in after I broke my leg. Like leg was still broken. Tried to kick my knee in just because she thought it'd be funny. So I finally had enough of her bullshit, and I pushed her down the stairs.
Good.
Big concrete stairs.
Good.
Busted
She
herself
deserved
up.
it.
She didn't come back to school for like a month. She was busted up bad.
Oh my god. Deserved. Bitch.
You mentioned teachers bullying you.
Yes.
I remembered. Oh, that was a memory that I had buried for years. But in 2nd grade, my first 2nd grade teacher that I had was racist towards me.
Oh my god, my 2nd grade teacher was also racist.
So she was a dark-skinned woman.
Mine was too.
It wasn't even all of the white kids. It was just specifically me. For some reason, I don't know what I did to this woman. But she was constantly, like, she would get me in trouble. She would mark down all of my papers, even though they were all correct. And finally, my mom had enough of it, and she goes to the principal and she goes, "Listen, if you don't pull my daughter out of this class, I'm going to the superintendent, and I'm getting all y'all asses fired." I was pulled out of the class the next day.
Yeah, my 2nd grade teacher was also racist. She was an African American lady. She was racist towards me. I was the only Mexican kid in that class. It was like Asian and white kids, and she was racist towards me. My 2nd grade teacher. Fuck you, Miss Johnson.
I'm just this itty bitty little white girl in the corner of the room. Just
Yeah,
trying to read
because
a
it's like,
book. What did I
why
do?
are these teachers having beef with 2nd graders?
What did we do?
Yeah, she eventually told my mom it was because I talk a lot, which did not pass because at that time I was going through like a quiet phase. Like I was just not talking. I would only talk unless spoken to. Yep.
Wow. Oh, wow. I also have a funny story from middle school. Oh, yeah, this middle school was terrible. I'm surprised it hasn't been shut down. It's still in operation. But I digress. I think I was like, yeah, I was in 7th grade, and I was all the way on the other side of the 2nd floor. So that's just how loud this was. We were all sitting silently, doing our work, doing what we had to do. And then out of nowhere, from my social studies teacher's room, which was like directly under the principal's office and right in front of the stairs to the 1st floor, all we hear is this extremely loud, "Shut the fuck up." The whole floor goes dead silent. And even from where I was all the way across the floor, you could hear the click, click, click of the principal's heels going up the stairs.
Oh my
He was
God.
fired that day. I was just like, oh my God, dude.
Honestly, I feel it. I at some point taught an after school class for I think 9th graders or like 8th graders and stuff. They were driving me crazy. They were driving me crazy. They would not shut the fuck up. They would not do their work. All they had to do was just their homework, dude. And then I'll let you go to your activities. At one point I did snap and then I was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting paid whether you do your work or not. If you want to go out and play, you have to finish your work. Like all I said was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and then I got called into the office and they're like, what'd you say? I don't give a fuck. And I was like, fuck.
You know what? Fucking valid. There was also the art teacher that used to throw tennis balls at students.
What?
Yeah. If you weren't doing your shit, she'd throw tennis balls at you. She domed this fucking kid on the top of the head, and the tennis ball hit my desk.
Oh my god.
I went to school in
Damn.
Florida.
She'd be like, "Honey, I'm going to go to the tennis court," and it's just a classroom.
Pretty much.
That's so funny. So your boyfriend sent a question, and
Oh,
he
boy.
said, "I just want to say hi without making it obvious, but I'm in love with the stream. You're doing great. I love you."
Oh my fucking god.
The boyfriend's in chat, everybody. Don't out yourself.
The children yearn for the cranial trauma.
The cranial trauma. Dude, America wild? No, America's actually fucking wild, dude. You know when I said that I bruised my ribs? 2 teachers saw these kids beating the shit out of me and didn't stop it. And then I went to go report it, and they said, "What, like, was a teacher present?" And I said who the teachers were, and they said, "I couldn't see. I didn't have my glasses on." And I was like, "You couldn't hear me screaming for help?"
Average American school system.
Yeah, just, not all teachers are like this. There's definitely teachers who like genuinely
They were
love
paid
their job
actors.
and love their students, but teachers and teachers in America, like, it all depends on the city and location that you live in, because some teachers just don't give a fuck because these kids are helpless. But
Attacking a 12-year-old. Jesus Christ.
3 math teachers throughout the year, because an old teacher got fired at the end of the year last year. He got fired for attacking a 12-year-old with a chair. What the fuck?
Yeah, damn.
I had a teacher in a high school that got arrested for sexually molesting some girls in my history class.
Damn.
I also had kids overdosing in the bathroom. I think a kid died on property.
I had a teacher that got arrested and convicted for beating up a student. Like,
Oh my
full-on
God.
fist fighting the student.
Holy shit. What did I come back to? Talking about our trauma in teachers in school.
I still think my favorite story comes from college. And it's because nobody did anything wrong.
Oh my gosh. My grade 10 English teacher showed us porn. What the fuck?
Hey, yo!
I'd rather see porn than get the shit beat out of me.
Hey, yo, what cool kind of teacher did you have? He also recommended hentai to my friend. What was the hentai? Asking for a friend.
Do you have the link?
Exactly.
What's the south?
What are the tags?
As you were saying before we interrupted with porn.
This is fine. Oh, and Marcus knows the story because I told him this, and he didn't believe me for a moment, and then I told him where I went to college, and suddenly it made sense. I went to a community college in Florida, and I was in English 102. I was taking an exam, and then out of nowhere, we hear the fire alarms. And it wasn't a test. We look out our window, and the science building is on fire.
Oh my god.
And so all those kids ended up having to go into the student resources center. If they had other classes that weren't in the science building, they could stay. And after my exam, I went in there and I asked what the fuck happened. And they were like, somebody didn't turn on their Bunsen burner properly and it ignited and the whole classroom caught fire.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? What are y'all doing in there? Now I want to know.
Schools in Florida.
Florida do be like that.
Lab safety. Honestly, lab safety. Holy shit.
There is no safety in Florida. I was running from gators when I was in 4th grade.
And bullies, apparently.
Always do. Yeah.
in school, like, did you guys have like a gay straight alliance? Did you like have any like a support system around then, or like
No.
just as like nobody cared or anything like that, or was like the bullies specifically like hunting down the gays or anything?
Honestly, sexuality didn't really play much into whether you got bullied or not, surprisingly enough. For me, it was just because I was a small female presenting person who was really weird and quirky and had a really bad haircut and also couldn't stand up for myself.
Oh my God, I'm having the majorest deja vu. Literally word for word what you said. Oh, I hate that. That's so weird. Wow,
Like
yeah,
I
honestly,
remember getting like fucking pickpocketed in the lunchroom. Stole my
pickpocketed?
iPod. They stole my iPod.
No. Wow.
Jokes on them though. All I had on there was fucking Dragon Ball Z fan art. So jokes on them. They didn't get anything cool.
They got an iPod.
They got like iPod 4th gen, I think it was. No, it was 3rd gen. It was before the ones that looked like iPhones.
Oh, I see. Kids tend to care less about actual reasons, more just power. True, but
Yeah.
some kids, like in my high school, did not like you if you were queer. Also, if you were just scrawny enough, they'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, my middle school didn't have anything like a gay straight alliance or anything like that. And then my high school, I went to a Christian high school. So definitely no.
Sold coke and good grades, bruh. I want to go to that school. I could have paid my way.
Hey yo.
Yeah, I went to a Catholic school in elementary for a little bit, and then I got transferred to a public school. Like, why? That's so backwards. Um, and then after I just went to like public elementary, I went to public school after that. Um, it was horrendous. It was a really bad experience, and I hate school.
School just sucked. Admittedly,
I've
despite all the bullying I still got in that Christian high school, it was still better than public school.
That's insane.
Because there were actually a couple of teachers that cared about me. So it was marketably better.
Yeah, the reason is just an excuse to pick the target. Um, yeah, I thought like at some point, like in high school, because I mean, I was bullied regardless in high school. I thought at some point if I joined cheerleading, like they'll leave me alone. No, my own squad was bullying me.
Damn.
Yep. Chemistry teacher used to tell us about shit like all the time. They blew up a lake? What the fuck? Dude,
That sounds like such a Florida
schools?
thing.
Close the schools.
That's such a Florida thing to say.
Everyone should just be homeschooled at this point. Yeah, you would think like sending your kids to school is safe, but it was not.
No. No, it's not safe. I definitely, if I have kids, I will not be sending them to public school.
No. Yeah, I would do my best to get them into private, which private isn't as great either, but because you're paying, they do have like at least they'll somewhat care if something goes on. Like these kids will lose like their scholarships or be like removed from the premises.
I personally, I probably will homeschool my kids just because I don't want to send my kid to school and have them come back in a body bag.
That's so valid.
Unfortunately, it's gotten to that point in America where I'm just like,
Yeah,
no, I don't care if my kid hates me for being homeschooled. I don't care. I'd rather have them be alive.
that's so valid. These shootings are crazy out here. My poor Canadian mind is blown, kind of like that lake, actually. The favorite in school
Valid.
because I've gotten in fights and they never called my parents. Bro, you're the bullies we're running away from. Charter schools are good. Are they? You're not getting caught. Apparently it looked like it was boiling for a good 20 seconds before it managed to break up the block and the lake entered orbit. Oh my god!
I wish I was there to see that. God damn, that sounds cool.
Holy shit. Can I be there? Can I see that? That sounds like fun.
Did somebody put it on YouTube?
Somebody put it
What?
on YouTube.
I want to watch it. Alkaline metals are rad as hell.
Oh, so sorry. I'm still waking up. um, so back to like mental health and such. In the VTuber space, I know you said that you mentioned that like you haven't noticed any like hate and such. So not specifically in your space, I guess I would say, but like in the VTuber space in general about expressing like mental health and such. Like I myself, I'm very open about it. You know, my tags do state everything that I like have and such, and I constantly do talk about it. And I always say I make Beyond the Queer to make people uncomfortable. I have this space to talk about things that make people uncomfortable because these topics aren't uncomfortable. They should be talked about. You know, they should be out in the open. With like your mental disabilities and such, do you ever find it like where you see that it's like hurtful in other communities or in your own? And how do you like navigate around like your own mental disabilities and such?
Um, yeah, sometimes I do find it rather hurtful. Like a lot of what I see is, oh, you don't have that. You're making it up. You can say anything on the internet. And I'm like, you're right, but I'm not one of those quirky teenage snowflakes. I hate to say it like that, but teenage snowflakes that just decide that they feel like making up a mental disability. I have struggled with this for years. I have documentation. Not that you're ever going to see it, but I have documentation. I have struggled. I have bled. I have cried. I have wanted to not be on this earth anymore. Why
Yeah.
would I make that up? I don't want to be like this. I'd love to be a normal person, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, I always see that too. Like, I talked about this like 2 episodes ago, where people are like, "Oh, everyone's autistic, everyone's bisexual, everyone's gay now," and it's like, these people have been this way. Is it now that it's just more not normalized, but now easier to talk about,
It feels
or
safer than before.
yeah, or it's just like you weren't able to talk about it back then, like you weren't, it wasn't a safe space because people were literally killed, you know, for having these disabilities. Like lobotomies were invented, you know? Like if you said that you had these struggles, you would be lobotomized. Like you lost a portion of yourself. Like it got to the point where people got so severely disabled that they couldn't do anything anymore. Like they weren't, it was just a shell. So
Yeah,
it's just like,
they'd lobotomize you or they'd shock you until you stopped talking about it. Like,
yeah. So it's just like, is it that? Or is it, you know, not, it's not a trend. You know, it's
or is
just
it just
like
now that there's
a
actually
safe
like
space. And now there's more resources.
I would say there's better laws.
That there's also not the disability one though. Because you know, if
No.
like you register like disabled and such, you'll lose your disabilities if you get married. Like that's not fun.
I was being more like, if somebody decided to beat the shit out of me on the street, I could go to the cops and say, "Hey, they beat me up because I'm disabled and I'm queer." And then they'd be like, "Oh
True.
shit, that's a hate crime."
Yeah, let's not get into cops. Some of them will, some of them. But there's a lot of dirty cops out there. They'll just be like, okay.
I mean, thankfully the force here in the area where I live now is actually pretty good about that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's
Thankfully.
good. Yeah. Definitely not around me. Hello, child? Oh, she's just throwing herself against my chair. Fine. That's fine.
Well, hello there, Brad.
Um, I had the question, but I totally lost it.
This is fine. We'll find it again.
This is fine. We'll find it. We'll find it. Um, just here to lick toes? No, she literally like stood up a little bit on her hind legs and just like threw herself on against my back of my chair. I don't know. She's dramatic. So in my opinion, there is no normality. There are things that people have, and I believe that this is what makes them unique. Yeah. There's definitely like everyone obviously is unique, you know, to each their own. Um, But I feel like nowadays it's really nice to see the community be so much bigger, and so much more open to each other, especially like when it comes to like sexuality and mental disabilities. Like I myself, I don't really find many people who struggle with the severe anxiety that I have, or like the severe depression that I have. There's to the point where my depression sometimes gets so bad that I can't get out of bed, or I'm so severely depressed and exhausted that it puts me to sleep. Like I can't do anything but just sleep. Um and then there's just days that I'm literally crying for I don't know why. I just feel like absolute fucking garbage. And it's nice to know that there's others like that who have it as severe as I do, because it's like I'm not alone. What do you do to help yourself make yourself feel better? And we're able to trade tips, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just like, all right, I'm on my own like it was when I was younger, because like my family didn't believe that I was mentally ill. They didn't believe that I was dyslexic. They didn't believe that I couldn't fucking see. um, they didn't even believe I had asthma. So, just health in general, it's just so nice to like nowadays not only has like the medical technology has advanced that like a lot of people can get more help, that it's just a lot more open to talk about. And there's more people saying like, oh yeah, I'm autistic. Yes, I suffer from severe anxiety and depression and such. Meeting other people who understood and validated my experience literally saved my life many times. Yeah, the way that just understanding people or even just having an open ear can save so many lives. Oh my god, my phone got hot again. Bruh.
Yeah, out of all of the very shitty things that my mother did, one thing was is that whenever I said something was wrong or I thought something was wrong, she always believed me.
Oh, that's so
When it came to my
nice.
health, like my mental and physical health, she never invalidated me. Out of all the things she could have done, that was not one of them.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Yeah, unfortunately for me, like in Hispanic cultures, I think this just goes for any like people of color cultures. They see any mental or like anything that's not of like being a normal child, as like something's wrong and they caused it. So like you were born this way because I made you this way. This can't be wrong with you. Like you can't make me the failure for turning out the way that you turned out. And it's like that's not even the case.
Yeah. Like
Like I
my
was literally
grandparents were
born
very
this
much
way.
so like that with my mom and my mom's sister, but surprisingly enough, they weren't that way with me, and
Oh,
neither
that's
was my
so
mom.
good. Oh yeah. I wish people could just be more like accepting and understanding of their children. Cause it's like, do you know how many lives they'll save? How many like life changing it could be for someone. Unfortunately, like for us, it's the generation that we grew up in, like that's not gonna happen. But we're able to create that generation, where it could be a lot more accepting and more open, and not like I not victim blaming, but like self blaming, because it's like you didn't make me gay, you didn't make me okay, well my mom did make me depressed, but like you didn't make me sick. I'm not disabled because of you. I was literally just born this way. Um, so luckily we're able to create those spaces, but those spaces are no longer like we don't get to grow up with that. So it kind of sucks. Um,
I mean, to be fair, my mom did make me this way.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, for you,
We've
like definitely like
we've come to
very.
find out. Like, I don't think my mom realizes it, but I actually so my mom has a condition called Graves' disease,
Mhm.
which is it's a thyroid issue. And she was having it really bad around the time that I was conceived. And all throughout her pregnancy, she couldn't take her medication, so her thyroid levels were just completely out of whack. I ended up finding a couple of studies that were done on children whose parents had Graves' disease and other thyroid conditions, and how it literally broke their DNA.
Oh wow.
like it actually predisposed them to a lot of physical and mental disabilities. So I'm honestly pretty sure that that's what happened to me, because I have a list as long as my arm. The only thing that doesn't have anything wrong with it is my endocrine system. Everything else has at least one diagnosed issue.
Okay, never mind. This does not apply to your mom.
So you know what? You know, Mama, kind of was your fault.
Kind of just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I mean, I don't exactly blame her, but
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's nice to at least know why everything is wrong.
Very true. Yeah. At least there's some source point. You know, not like, I don't know why this is happening to me. What's going on? That's wild to me. This whole thing is just wild. Honestly. It got wild real quick, real fast. It's safe to say we've both had very wild lives.
Definitely the cherry on top, a doctor telling me of my imminent mortality.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, basically, like he had. I don't think he should have said this. He probably shouldn't have, but he did. He basically said that with all of my compounding issues and the fact that a majority of them are progressive, that I would be very lucky to see 50.
Wow.
And that's quite a ways out, but I'm 24 now.
I was gonna say, you're
I've-
you're
I've
to the
almost
mark.
My life.
Wow.
And I
Like,
like
how
I like to hope
does
that that's not what's gonna happen, but
yeah,
never know.
with like knowing that, do you like find yourself trying to do more or like trying to live out more? I don't know if you have a bucket list, but like trying to live out more of your life, or I don't even know how to like further better question that.
I do find myself just trying to do more of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is quite a struggle, having ADHD, really bad procrastination, depression, autism, everything just stacking on top of each other. But I do really try to do at least one thing I want to do in a day, and I really try to push myself, because I may not have the same amount of time that everyone else is gonna get, or most people
Yeah.
are gonna get. So I should
With
definitely do something with the time I've got.
yeah, with your content creation, is there something that like you're trying to uplift voices for, or trying to just put out there more? Or is it just kind of like, I'm a silly little VTuber, I play silly little games, and I'm just trying to build a community and have fun?
At the moment, it's kind of that now, but I'm hoping I have a 2.0 model in the near
Okay.
future, probably early next year. I'm really hoping to take my content creation to the next level, and doing a lot of educational streams. I'm really
Okay.
looking to get into
Yeah.
that, because I've always loved science. It was always the subject that I was best at, that I never struggled with. So I would really like to do like science educational streams, and essentially be what Bill Nye was for me and my generation. I want to bring that to the next generation and give them a love of science that I've gotten to enjoy my whole life.
I love that. Instead of Bill Nye the Science Guy, we got you. Is your 2.0 model still gonna be like the same concept that you're in, or are you gonna be leaning more towards scientific?
Um it's gonna be about what I have now. It's the model I have right now. I didn't quite have a vision of what I wanted. I just kind of threw things together and hoped they stuck. But now that I have a better idea of what I want to be, what I want to do, that's going to be reflected in my 2.0 model.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Ponce says, can you do my ecology science homework?
I mean, I probably could. I haven't been in school in a while, but I could probably do it.
We're not here to do your homework. We're here to educate you. Okay, I'm gonna open the floor for chat to ask any questions. So you can either do the questions in the Tellum, or you can just send them here in chat. In the meantime, um, we can just ramble, talk about other stuff. Potato, tomato, you said it wrong. Go back, open up the schools, let him back in.
Get this man back in school.
Get this man back in school. Maybe you need a beating because you're beating everybody else up.
Hey, yo!
He's the bully. Did you have any questions that maybe like anything that I said or like or anything that you kind of wanted to talk about more or talk about that we didn't touch?
Hmm. I don't know.
No, that's okay. No worries. I kind of already went through the list of questions. I went through the Tellum questions already. I do have like some that they kind of just like randomly asked me, but never said like who it was for or if it's for this. But there's one that was really funny because it was not too recently after like I subtweeted about someone getting into some VTuber drama about bullying an artist and literally blackmailing her. Someone sent one saying tips on avoiding drama. Don't be a piece of shit. That's it.
Basically, yeah.
Be a decent human being. I don't know. Yeah, there was a VTuber who bullied an artist and blackmailed her because she gave her the time frame of 3 to 6 months that this model would be done. Still within those 3 to 6 months, and she was upset that the artist was doing paid priority rushed commissions over hers, which in her TOS states that those obviously take priority and you're paying knowing that this will extend it to possibly more to the possibly 2 to 6 months. So then she started blackmailing her because she had like 58K followers and was like, if you don't get this done, I'm gonna expose you.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Literally,
Bruh.
learn how to read, don't be a piece of shit. Easy. Like I personally myself, like honestly, I do my best to avoid it if like an artist, because I've had artists who stopped communication or who haven't followed up with me after they said that the art would be done, or it's been some time, and I'll just be like, hey, you good? You know, how's it going? Or I'll look at their Trello and I'll look for like people who also commissioned her around the same time I did, and I'll message them. I was like, hey, have you been in contact with so and so? And if they say no, I'm like, okay, so it's not just me. So then I like do research to see what's going on with this artist before I jump to instantly cancel because you're not replying to me. Like shit happens, you know? Life happens. I'm not gonna get upset if like literally you're dying or, you know, you got really sick. But in this situation, don't be a piece of shit. Literally, not that hard.
It is not that hard to not be a dick.
But apparently it is.
Right?
I've never gotten into a fight with anyone because I'm not a dick. True. It's not that hard to be a decent human. Very valid. Literally not that hard. Literally not that hard. I thought of a musical artist. Wait, a musical artist bullied somebody?
I believe it.
Me being concerned that I haven't heard from an artist over a month. Okay, to be fair, that artist was recently active talking to somebody. If they haven't replied to you on Discord, I will do more research with you. Or send you the guy who was able to talk to him to see maybe he heard back from him. Since the last time we talked to him. Yeah, because I'm more like trying to find out what's going on first. And then if I have to, you know, like, hey, this person ran away with my money.
Like I remember not that long ago actually, I saw this this Twitter thread of somebody saying that you shouldn't be badgering your artists for your commissions. You know, if it takes as long as it takes, then it takes as long as it takes. And I'm just sitting here like, have you ever been in the real world? If you went to
Yeah.
Starbucks and you ordered something and they didn't do it for an hour and you went back over there and they said, "Oh, it'll be done when it'll be done," you'd be pretty pissed too, right?
Of course, yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, if they give you a time frame, then yeah, work within the time frame. But like, especially if it goes over the time frame, or they like I've noticed a lot more artists taking on way more than they can handle, and
Yeah.
then it all going sideways. And either they apologize and they fix their shit, or they just decide to go, yeah, it's not my fault.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just, oh my.
I agree with like don't badger the artist, but if it's been after some time and it's like, hey, I'll give you a sketch within like 2 to 3 days, and they tell you, and it's been like 3 days already. I'm the type that will wait the extra day, so I won't follow up for like 4 days. Or if they
Yeah.
say like in 2 weeks, I got this for you, I'll follow up on the third week. Like I'll give them a little bit more time than they tell me, and I'm like, hey, just wondering how's it going? Or like where's the sketch at least, you know um or in like this situation, this artist, my artist, the one that I still haven't gotten the art from, she just completely disappeared from the face of the earth. Like nobody knew anything about her Trello hasn't been moving. I messaged a bunch of the girls who got the same art, because it's a your character here,
Yeah.
and she just wasn't responding to any of them. And then someone was like, yeah, like usually she's a little slow with the comms. And I was like, yeah, usually she is, which I agree. And then I said like after the last time I wasn't gonna commission her anymore because she's so slow with the art and takes on so much work. But I felt really bad in her situation. Her dog needed emergency surgery, so I was like, I have the money and I'm a sucker for dogs. This one for sure is gonna be the last one. I'm just gonna commission it. It's also really cute art, Who am I to say no to art? And helping a dog. It disappeared from the face of the earth. Literally, no one heard from her or anything. I hit them up. There's like, no, same thing. I haven't heard from her. It's been some time. Okay. I was gonna give it some time, and then by the time that I was gonna publicly tweet, like, if anybody's heard from her, like, or who knows her in real life, like, none of us have heard from her. Is she okay? Like, we're waiting for art. Is the dog okay? Did the dog die? She replied back. Someone from her family passed away, and she just wasn't doing so good. And I totally understood that. My grandmother died not too long, like a couple years ago, and it's to this day is still really hard for me. So I understood her, and I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm really sorry. That sucks. Hope you feel better. Just let me know when you got at least a sketch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I understand that, but at the same time, it doesn't take too much to copy and paste the same message
Yeah,
to everyone
I
who's commissioned you, just
completely
to at least
agree.
let them know
When
what's happening. Like, I
when
don't
my grandma
mind if
died, I
you
did the
take time
same.
to yourself. Just tell
Yeah.
me you're gonna do it, cause I paid you.
Yeah, when my grandma died too, I think I had some projects going on that I was a part of. The first thing I did was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be okay, and I messaged everybody, and I just did copy and paste, like, hey, my grandma died. I don't have time for this. I'll have to drop out. I'm sorry. I'll pay with whatever that was supposed to be for mine. Let me know how much it is, but right now I can't. My grandma just died. I feel like it's the same, like for artists. Like, yes, it's a very like it's a traumatic, struggling thing. Just
Yeah.
let me know. Just
Yeah.
say, hey, so and so died. I'm not doing okay. I understand if you want a refund. If not, if you're willing to wait, thank you. I'll hit you up once I get it back. Once I'm back. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like when my grandpa died, I like messaged like all of my friends, like copy paste the same thing, like, hey, you're not gonna hear from me for like a month. My grandpa just died. I have to get everything in order, and then I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Let's see. So it looks like we don't have any other questions that came through the Tellum. Anyone in chat before we end this? Do you guys have any questions? In the meantime, I guess I'll just catch up on what reading for chat while you guys think of something. Remember, you guys can ask anything. This is a safe space. No questions are a stupid question. It could be anything that we talked about literally from the start of the hour or just now, kind of what we're getting into. Even if it's not a question specifically for us two, just a general question, feel free to ask. Maybe we know. Art commissioning is a business at the end of the day. True. Capitalism ruined art and commissioning. I will stand that by that. It truly did. There's a massive difference between badgering and making sure you get the thing that you paid for is getting on. True. Communication is extremely important and helpful in things, and some people just really don't understand that. They really, really don't. Um, Especially like when you paid so much money and it's been so much time and it's already past the time. Actually, I did have a question, but it's probably dumb. Go ahead and ask, Sammy. What's up?
No such thing as dumb questions.
If you aren't telling your customers about that kind of thing, you're only hurting yourself by driving customers away. True. Isn't a platonic polyamorous relationship just like having a close friendship?
It depends. Honestly, it depends on the structure of the relationship. Like, if it's an emotional romantic thing, then no, like you would not passionately make out with your best friend. I mean, sometimes maybe people do, but that's a different thing.
I would. I don't know. I might. Okay, guys.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
would.
haven't
Ayo. The way
To be fair,
everyone's like, no, I
haven't,
would.
though. I have indeed done these things. However, generally that's not a thing people do. Especially when there isn't alcohol involved.
Alcoholism.
Oh,
Simon, that was a good question. It wasn't dumb. Same? Okay, guys. I think we're all just horny in this chat.
very.
Cause yeah, it's not gay to kiss the homies goodnight. Unless you want to make it gay.
But then that's not gay, that's homosexual.
True, homosexual. Thank you for the clarification though. That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, I mean it definitely just varies.
Yeah, it just depends on the person.
I'm
And the
making it
people
very
involved.
gay very fast. Okay.
Gay.
Gay. Oh, I kiss the homies goodnight and I'm bi, so I make it gay. Okay. Not a kiss a homie here. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
You kissing the homies goodnight without me? What the fuck, bruh?
Petition for all of us to hold hands and kiss the homies goodnight together.
Yes.
I always say yes, homos. They know where I stand.
There you go.
No, but I do smack their ass when they aren't. What? When they aren't gay? Signed? What?
Ain't nothing gay about giving the homies a little slap on the ass.
Petition. Yeah, I'll accept a little spanking yes. Maybe like 2 or 3 times. I don't know. I gotta make sure I feel it, you know?
Just don't be upset when I moan.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it looks like there might not be any other questions. I'm gonna give you guys one more chance. Got any questions? Favorite song at the moment? Mine is a Sleep Token song. It is The Summoning. I'm obsessed.
Yes.
It's such a good. I love Sleep Token in general, but The Summoning is just so good.
It's so good, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, that is my current obsession at the moment. And Summer Baby by the Jonas Brothers.
Ew.
What's your favorite song?
At the moment, it would probably be Pandora by Maeve.
Ooh.
Eee.
Coke or Pepsi? Coke.
Coke supremacy.
Good answers. Who was the first queer person you saw in media, either real or fictional? That's a good question. Ellen doesn't
Very
count.
good question.
What if they weren't canonly gay yet? Do they count? Does that answer count?
I say it counts.
It was Velma.
Aww.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else did I like see that was like queer and I was like, ooh. I think Lady Gaga. The earliest I can remember besides Velma would be like Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
Um, yeah, yeah, probably. If we want to talk about like fiction, I didn't actually watch a lot of like cartoons or anything like that when I was a kid growing up. I got into a lot of anime. Um, but I think the first fictional character that I like that was really prominently, openly, these are gay was Steven Universe.
Oh, okay.
Like these are openly very queer people. And I was just like, whoa, wait, we can put that on TV now?
This
Genuinely,
allowed?
that was my first thought process was, wow, we can put that on TV now.
That's wild. I remember with like Lady Gaga, because like when she was like first out here and stuff like that, people were like, "Oh, she's a man. She got pee pee." My mom was like disgusted by her. I was Lady Gaga, I think was like the first time where I felt like not questioning my gender, but kind of like realizing that maybe I can be both or I don't have to be the one that was assigned to me because she took the internet by storm in interviews. People were like, do you have a penis? And she's like, doesn't matter if I do. Like she never like said no, she never said yes. It was just kind of like, what's it to you, you know?
Yeah, like I
And I
remember
think
when I was a kid and all of that was going around, and they were like, "Ew, it's gross. She had a penis," and I'm like, why does it matter though? I genuinely could not wrap my head around why it was such a
yeah,
big deal.
me either. I never
It
thought
doesn't-
twice about it. I was
Me
just like,
either.
okay, so
Okay,
what
yeah.
if she does? Like who cares? It doesn't matter. Like I still like her music, you know?
Okay,
Like I
it's gonna be
never bat an eye. I never thought about it. I never heard about this. Yeah. So there was like conspiracies about Lady Gaga that she was that she had both parts and that she was actually trans. Um she isn't. Eventually, she ended up clearing in the air, but she is queer. I don't remember what exactly she identifies as, but she's not straight for sure. Um
I think
but
she's bi.
you're right. I think you're right. I think she is bi. She never you know, agreed to the rumors but never declined them either because she always believed it was none of their fucking business. It was just like, I'm just here to make music, She was the epitome of I'm here to make people uncomfortable.
And I loved that. That's why I
I love
connected with her
that.
so
Yeah.
much as a kid.
That's why I also did too. I loved her from the start, dude.
Like, bro,
She a
you get
rock
to do
star
it
for
on
real, for
purpose.
real.
I just had to do it.
Yeah.
Imagine doing it on
um
purpose.
so same thing with Ciara. I think she is intersexual though. I don't remember. Let me before I say anything about that. Or Ciara was. I don't remember about Ciara. Yeah, like Ciara, this beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. That's Ciara. I don't
Yeah.
remember about her, but there is also something. I looked up if she was intersexual, but it's not coming up. Um, there were also people who were saying that she was a hermaphrodite as well, and being a guy. Um, I don't remember
I find
exactly
it
what she cleared up.
like a little funny that like a lot of people are just like, you know, oh like they're intersex, oh they're trans, oh da 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 da. When it's estimated that at least somewhere between 30 and 50% of people have a intersex disorder and they just don't know it
Yeah.
because their hormones are just enough to pass as one or the other.
Very true,
But
yeah.
but like genetically they're not. And I'm just like, bro, imagine if everybody had to get karyotyping. Imagine. Y'all would shut
Imagine.
up real fucking fast.
I personally think she didn't clarify because she knows that the coverage is good coverage. I think both of them just never clarified. I think eventually Lady Gaga did, but it wasn't until she was already like worldwide known. Like she already got what she needed out of it. Lady Gaga played in Society like a fiddle. She literally did, and she's a fucking amazing about for it. Like queen, because I would have killed myself if I was her. I'm not gonna lie, she was so strong. Why are people only questioning gender of female presenting artists? Because they're jealous of the success.
Misogyny.
Yeah. I think the
Literally,
only
how
time
dare a woman be
people
successful?
questioned it was like for Michael Jackson, I think, because he had so many surgeries. And the whole like children allegations and stuff. I don't remember if that was ever confirmed or not, but like the little boy stuff. But I know like being
It
queer.
was.
It was? Okay. Well, let's not talk
Yeah, I
about
think
that.
so. I think it may have been.
But I think like he might have been the only one that people are like, he gay. You know? That was all confirmed. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks, guys. I don't remember a lot from my life. Just remember.
Nope, it is simply how dare you be a woman and be successful? Why aren't
Yeah.
you in the kitchen?
Honestly. We did get a question. What is the best food to eat when you're half awake in the morning?
Well, I mean, yeah, but Freddie Mercury and Elton John were gay. I don't know
Yeah.
about Prince, but I know Freddie Mercury and Elton John were very,
I think
very
Prince
openly
was just
queer.
very flamboyant. I think he just dressed that way.
Maybe.
He was
Yeah.
very androgynous. I think that was just it.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that if he was.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yo, his fits were it though.
They were.
He
Ooh.
looked so good. Yeah, Prince is straight. Yeah, he was just androgynous.
He was just a cool fella.
Yeah, he was just really cool. But best food to eat in the morning, half awake. Honestly, I think it is, I was gonna say like a really good omelet, like
I
a
saw
very
him in
good
my
like
dream after I
yolky.
fell down the stairs. What?
You saw Prince in your dream? Yo, Shadi, I don't know how to tell you this. I think you died for a little bit. I think you saw. I think you saw the light.
You died and Prince himself brought you back.
Is that about what the people were right? It's about the way they go about saying it. Yeah, definitely. I think in the time that it was coming around, it was just a very different time in life and society. Nowadays, like, you know, it wouldn't be approached the same way. Even if Lady Gaga was trans or whatever, it still would have been wrong. Yeah, no, it still would have been absolutely wrong. Like, you're forcing someone out of the closet.
Yeah.
It's still like, fuck, dude. Even now, honestly,
I know.
people suck. Society sucks. I wish it wasn't so hard for people to be good people, decent people.
Burn it down. Start over again.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like in Canada, Jeannie, but for sure here in America, it's just
It's scuffed.
yep. It's just not it.
It is like the worst scuffed stream, but it's IRL and it's every day and it's all the time.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible time to live in society.
Also,
That's
that's
why
why I saw my grandma and Elvis. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Ponce, please be careful. You were given a second shot at life.
Grandmama, Elvis, and Prince said, "Ayo, it ain't your time yet. You gotta
All
go."
three of them just standing there over your body. Get up.
Get your ass up.
Canada is also Canada's very covert about its nasty stuff. Jeannie, we gotta get you on Beyond the Queer. We gotta talk about you. Talk about you in Canada. But I believe with my whole heart that David Bowie is not straight. No, that man is not straight.
No, it's like Tom Cruise. No, he ain't.
No.
No, the hell he ain't.
No.
You got me fucked up if you think that man's straight.
Get the inside scoop on Canada. I'm gonna personally go to Canada and get the inside scoop, guys. I just say if you had a wife, most people who have wives have beards. Keyword had, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's the had part. Canada isn't
isn't
real.
real.
You heard it here first. Damn. Where am I booking my flight to?
I just wanna go Tim Hortons, the fuck?
Oh yeah, Jeannie. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Tim Hortons? I heard
I
their
wanna
$1
go to
donuts isn't as great.
He had a life force at some point.
Hey, pretty fox. Hi, Shadow. I want to try poutine. We can get poutine at the Red Tavern at Disneyland.
I was
It's
gonna
really
say you
good.
get poutine in the States.
Holy shit, that scared me.
So like now Tim's is like a 4 out of 10 because it's owned by Burger King now.
No!
No! Fuck, bro. That's some
Ruined.
tragic lore right there.
Ruined. Maybe that's why the $1 donut is trash.
That explains it.
Bro, don't
I
want to
wanna
go
go.
into Disney? That's fair. Oh, my bonk is like way off. My bad.
I want to go to Disney.
Oh, you want to go
Back to Disney
Disneyland?
again.
Let's go.
I used to have year-round passes to Disneyland, and we used to go like every other weekend.
I used to work there. I worked there for 6 years.
I'm going to Disney World.
It's funny, I can still get free donuts at Krispy Kreme with my report card. Oh my god. Wait, like
Hey,
your
yo.
current report card or like your old report card? I'm confused.
Hey yo.
My dog's doing fucking flips on the couch.
What the fuck?
She's laying on her back and just like flipping over and repeatedly. What is wrong with her?
She's just feeling herself. I'm too broke to want to go. Valid.
AQB, I have a friend who works there. We can find out a way. Which cap? Gas. Gas cap is doing fucking backflips on the couch. She's recalibrating. There's a sports bar in the town I went to in uni that makes great poutine. Dude, I need to find a place that just makes poutine so we don't have to go to Disneyland for it.
Yeah, the fucking bar down the street from me makes really good poutine. Like, really good. Girls Disney bounding, hell yeah.
Yeah, we can Disney bound.
Okay.
What the fuck is poutine? Fries, gravy, cheese, beef. I don't know what else is in it.
It
Pink ice
is
cream soda?
heart attack on a plate.
What's pink ice cream soda? Pink
I
ice
know
cream
what-
soda.
I know what cream soda is, but pink cream soda? Basically Canadian nachos.
Actually, yeah, I guess.
I mean,
But it's really fucking good.
I need this in Mexican food thirst.
Cream soda is pink in Canada. What?
What?
I need this in Mexican food terms. Papas. Cheese. Gravy.
I'm so
That's it.
hungry. You are the only one, Gibby. I'm hungry.
I'm
too.
also very hungry. I haven't had breakfast. I'm gonna have feta eggs after this and baked in oiled chili oil.
I'm probably gonna make me some fries.
Fries sounds so good. I need an air fryer so bad so I can make fries. P for Papas. It's a Papa's party.
I just ate
Hey.
a short rib grilled cheese. Hey yo!
Relax.
And
She didn't know you were
share?
there.
What the fuck, Seeker?
No. Be nice. You're tiny. She was just rolling around on the couch.
Same, I had a slice of bologna. Dude. Dude, you need to eat.
Short rib grilled cheese? Did you make it, Sammy? Sorry, I was yelling at my dogs. The little one was the big one was like rolling around and like doing backflips, and then she accidentally rolled into the little one and she got mad.
It's okay, I was bullying your stream while you were away.
Did not. My grandparents picked up food for us. Oh my gosh. When I come to New York, you have to take me there. That sounds delicious. On subject, what's your favorite food that's really hard to find? So my favorite food that's really hard to find is actually something that you can't buy anywhere else. Like you have to make it yourself. So it is a flour tortilla with mayonnaise on it, grilled meat like carne asada, with kind of like what's it called? Kind of like coleslaw, but it's not coleslaw. It's Salvadorian cold slaw, so it's different and seasoned differently. So you put that in the tortilla with the meat, and then you put a red sauce. It's tomato-based sauce. It's not spicy. It's just kind of there for flavoring. I don't know what's in the sauce. I've never made it myself, but that is my absolute favorite food. You can't
Oh, I
buy
know
it
what
anywhere
you're talking
else.
about.
Oh my God, if you do, I'm gonna scream because I don't even know what it's called, and I don't know. I don't know. I can't find it anywhere. But
So
it is amazing.
yeah, my husband is Puerto Rican, and the area that we live in has a lot of like Hispanic and Puerto Rican, Salvadorian, all that stuff. So yeah, we have it like everywhere over here.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So it's not a pupusa because there's no cheese in it, and it's not a closed tortilla. Like pupusas are made with a different flour and a different flour base. Um, it's very, very different, and the flavors and the spices and everything are drastically different. It's nowhere near like a pupusa. My tummy is screaming, dude. I'm actually starving.
Starving.
If y'all decide to come to Texas and pass by El Paso, you need to have our Chicos Tacos. I should go to Texas. I have a lot of friends that live there. Maybe I'll, if they still have RTX going on, maybe I'll just go to RTX. Or pass, or was it PAX East? I've always wanted to go to PAX East.
Me too.
I think that would be really fun. Oh, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food that's harder to find. I mean, you can get it in most like Italian restaurants, but like a good tiramisu is like really hard to find. Like a really good one from grandma.
Oh my God, the way I want one so bad right now. Our
Same.
friend Lexi recently had one a couple of days ago, and I was already like, give me a taste, give me a taste,
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
gimme, gimme, gimme. Yeah, we love food here. I like love watching cooking shows. I went to culinary school, so I also love cooking. I don't cook as often as I used to because, you know, disabilities and mental health, so I don't cook as much as I want to. But when I do make some bomb food. Are there any kind of food where y'all live in that are super regional? Every Mexican restaurant here is in Colorado has green chili, but as soon as you leave here, it's where to find. Um, let's see. I mean, I guess besides In-N-Out, because I know In-N-Out is regional. There's not much outside of like this side of the country. Um, I don't know. That's a really good question. While I think about it, what about you?
Um, I'm not sure about up here because I haven't lived up here long, but when I lived in Florida, um, like deep southern soul food or comfort food. It's very different in Florida than it is in any other deep south state like Georgia or Louisiana or anywhere like that. It's completely different in Florida.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what else is would be regional. Whataburger over here in Texas. I want to try Whataburger. There's this breakfast quesadilla that I've only had a few times when I was with my grandparents on a trip to Massachusetts. That shit smacks. That shit do be slapping. Quesadillas. I went to culinary school for a bit too. In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. Raising Cane's is regional too. I didn't know that. I didn't know Raising Cane's was regional.
Is it? Damn.
I guess. I got a perfect.
I
I
know
got the perfect pasties
Crystals is
costume.
also regional.
Crystal? Yeah, I don't know what crystals is.
Yeah, it was like a it's like a little slider burger joint. I only ever saw them in Florida. I'm not sure if they've like spread out any more than that, but like I've only ever seen them in Florida. A&W isn't regional, but I've heard the Canadian one is way better than the American one. Probably
Huh.
is.
I don't even know what A&W is. We
I
don't
went to
get
an
Raising
A&W
Cane's over here, dude. I want I want Raising Cane's. Well, New Yorkers haven't heard it before. True. Luna, you're dope as fuck. Shawty, if I could tell you my life, I've done so much. I went to art school for photography and videography and graphic design. Graduated. Went back to school for culinary arts, baking and pastry, as well as just cooking. Graduated. Worked with someone at some point who worked under Gordon Ramsay for a little bit. Did not stick to it. I've done a lot. Yeah, Rupert. Yeah. Yeah,
You got a lot of
Rupert.
root beer love in chat.
Gordon Scamsky. Oh my god, has he scammed people?
I don't think so. I don't know. Most of his life is like on TV. Yeah, I was gonna say most of his life is on TV. I feel like if he'd scammed somebody, it'd be a really fucking big deal.
I agree. I think so too. Nah, he's legit. Ah, shit.
Bro, I would do anything for the McChicken, the spicy McChicken from McDonald's to come back. I would do anything.
I've never had it.
I would kill, bro. It was so good.
When I challenge you to a cook-off, bro, I'm disabled.
It's Thea as the judge. Okay.
No, I'm disabled. Yo, I miss spicy McChickens. Me too. You know what I miss? I miss the wraps. The wraps are so good. That's the best thing McDonald's sells. True. His kitchens are 80% fail rate. If that counts. Whose kitchens?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon's? Oh. It's weird that they only sell them here.
I mean,
Bob, where are you again?
They still sell the wraps in Florida, from what I remember. Nah, McRib is a fucking scam. That shit's a scam.
That's just disgusting. I don't like
It's
it.
a scam and
Colorado.
I hate it.
I've been to Colorado. All right, y'all. Do you guys have any other questions? They sell them in the whole state and like Kansas. Oh shit. I ate the bones and everything. What the fuck?
Homie. But why
McRib
though?
is coming back to Canada? Ew. I was already guilty for going to McDonald's and then just eating a pound of mayo. It just made me think, what am I doing with my life every time? I always told them light mayo or no mayo, and then I just go home and put my own.
But like, it's so good though.
Oh yeah, it's so good. My ex is allergic to yoga mat material and had the same reaction after eating a McRib. Oh, the
McRib is
yoga
fucking
mat.
gross.
Oh
That shit-
shit.
Gross.
Ew. Yeah, Teeny, don't eat it. Teeny, don't eat it.
It is.
Once it,
so...
you're a child, still eat it. It's fine.
My husband likes it for some reason though.
Ew.
That's fucked. You right. You fucking
Ew.
right.
It's pretty gross. Yeah, no, I actually think it's pretty fucking gross. I think like even just the smell of it is just so disgusting. It just looks rubbery to begin with.
Yeah, it's not. Mm-mm.
It's not it.
It's not.
My university did a study on Subway's chicken and tuna, and Subway tried to sue them. What the fuck? Why?
Because it's not.
We gotta know
real.
what's in it. We gotta
It-
know. The people
It's
must
not
know.
real.
Wait, don't tell me the
Not really.
consensus of the chicken because I really like their garlic chicken sandwich.
I would get a McRib with 40 nugs and 2 large fries. Yo,
It's because you're a
dude.
growing boy.
Bro,
I
I'm down
could
for 40 nugs and
never.
fries, though.
40% real fish? Ugh. Don't tell me about the chicken. Good. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm trying to still have that.
With a quarter pounder with no onions and a large Sprite. What are you doing going to McDonald's to get a fucking Sprite?
Yo, this Sprite is good.
What are you?
Their Sprite is spicy. It's so carbonated. They have such good Sprite. It's better than ours, and it is canonly true. So McDonald's gets a special made Coke and Sprite specifically for McDonald's. That's why it tastes so much better than it'll ever taste anywhere else because they get it exclusively made for them. So people will come back for it, and it's fucking smart. Yes, it's a legitimate different formula. Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should start getting the Sprite there instead because the Coke just makes me sad.
Yeah, you
It
should
doesn't
try the
taste like
Sprite.
Coke and it makes me sad.
Yeah, they I think they either they put more syrup or it's more carbonated, one or the other or both. But It's specifically their Sprite is made to pop the fuck off. I'm so sad they got rid of like the berry Sprite that they had. That Sprite was fucking top tier.
I didn't know
Sprite
they
and
had that.
McChicken. Yep. They did. They did for a while. I think it was only like a summer thing, but it was really, really good. And I'm so sad it's gone. Like, I'm actually pretty. I get depressed when I think about it. That's my Roman Empire. Have you ever asked like your husband or your boyfriend if they think about the Roman Empire?
No?
You should ask them. Actually, boyfriend, I know you're here. Send a tell him, and then tell me, do you think about the Roman Empire? And then all the other men in chat, do you think about the Roman Empire? And how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Apparently, it's a thing that guys think about the Roman Empire. My Roman Empire is I think about Twilight and High School Musical and the Berry Sprite.
I would say mine probably is the raspberry tea monster.
Is that good?
It's so good. I've literally only ever found it in gas stations and on Amazon.
I'm gonna
I
look
can't
it up.
find it anywhere else, no matter how hard I try.
I'm gonna try to find that. I really like the Red Bull Juneberry and Peach Nectar. Those two drinks are so good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I recommend those. I do not. Yes, literally only when it appears on my feed, only when it comes up. I don't think of anything. If Theo's energy drink, Juneberry Red Bull is amazing. Amazing. I'm sad it's only seasonal. It's only seasonal. I'm gonna stock the fuck up. I have 2 cups of coffee every 5 hours. What the fuck?
Dude,
What the fuck?
good, are you good? There's
So
better
we
things
did
than
get a
water.
question in the tellum. Do you smoke? I do not, but I do take edibles because I need to sleep.
I do not. But my boyfriend does consume the edibles. For
Yeah, I don't
reasons
smoke.
of
I have asthma.
anxiety.
Yeah, that's why I take it too. It's for my anxiety, and I can't sleep because of my anxiety, so I take edibles to help me sleep, to shut up the anxiety.
I've kind of always wanted to try edibles, but like I'm also afraid of getting high.
Oh, that's valid. There is edibles specifically just for sleeping, and that they don't give you the high feeling. So if you ever do become curious, you can go to like what's it called? What are they called? Not a distribution, a place. Like you can go to a place that you can buy some, and you can just say, "Hey, I'm not interested in feeling the high. I'm interested in being able to calm my anxiety and just sleep." So there is some edibles dispensary. Thank you. There is some edibles specifically just to help you medically and not give you the high.
Yeah, but like I'm also kind of curious. The thing is I'm curious about being high, but I'm also afraid of being high because the only times I've ever been like considered high was like when I was like on anesthetics, and that shit was weird. I didn't like that. I didn't like feeling like heavy.
Oh, I see. I mean, if you ever were interested, like if you ever finally have the courage to it, I just recommend being safe and just being like at home or with people that you trust who can be there to support you.
Yeah.
And kind of like walk you through it. I think I was also scared growing up. And then like at some point I met a friend group that like they all got high and I was like, fuck it, let me try. I got scared, but I was like, I'm having fun.
Fuck it, we ballin'.
Yeah, definitely have a buddy the first time. Yeah, I was surrounded by a good couple of people. And there's been times where I've woken up where I'm still high the next day.
Damn. Damn, that's some good shit.
It was some good shit. BF here. I have thought about about my empire, and it's amazing you should ask me about the zombie apocalypse instead. I'll ask. Okay, tell me about the zombie apocalypse. Boyfriend, I'm very interested now.
Wait, what? I'm interested too. I haven't heard this one before. Wait a damn minute.
The first time I ever smoked, I was with my mom. Your mom is sick as fuck, bro.
Damn.
I was against smoking for a while, then I finally tried it and had a good time. However, one day smoking made me really anxious, and then I never changed, so I don't smoke anymore. That's fair. It might have also been the strain that you were smoking. I'm not saying give it a try again, because you know, your comfort. But it could have just been what you were smoking. Maybe yeah, maybe it might need is curse.
Yeah,
Nothing changed? Oh.
that's fair.
Oh. There it is.
Oh, she eeping.
I want eep.
They eeping.
I eep.
Doing a little sleepy.
Little eepy.
Missile is tired.
I'm tired and hungry. I'm so hungry. I was able to take a toke when he was here and didn't get sick when he was feeling it. Yeah, maybe it's just NY weed.
It probably
He
do be
smokes
like
for a
that.
while, then one time he gets super anxious and he doesn't smoke at all for several months. Bruh. But it's literally, wait. Weed is literally the reason I have anxiety disorder, so I'm not too interested in trying more. Huh?
Fair enough.
How did weed give you anxiety disorder? I haven't heard that one before.
That's a new one, but you know what? Fair enough.
My college gave me anxiety. I got diagnosed in the parking lot when the ambulance came to get me.
The doctor gave me anxiety.
I panicked really bad once. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, Sammy, I'm so sorry. That's so rough. Yeah, honestly, I can't imagine my life now like without weed to sleep because I can't sleep. And give Sammy a little hug. Give Sammy a big hug, not a little hug. Sammy needs it. Okay. I'm medicated now. I'm doing way better than I was. That's good to hear, Sammy. I'm happy for you.
Hell yeah.
Okay. For real this time. Last call for questions. Besides the zombie apocalypse, we're still waiting on that. While we wait for questions, we wait for zombie. I'm glad you're out of the thick of it. Like, anxiety in general is just very scary. Ooh, I'm spinning. I'm spinning.
Oh Lord, we spinning.
I'm spinning. Gas cap is not spinning. I think gas cap is under the desk. Oh, who's that? Who's spinning? Oh, they're dancing. They're not spinning. It's just an inconvenience. Me at life. Me at everything. Everything's an inconvenience. Boyfriend, hurry up with the zombies. Honestly, if there was a zombie apocalypse right now, I'd just let them take me. I'm not outrunning them. Me confronting with the person.
I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna live in the countryside.
I want to live in the countryside. Okay, so he said I would build a community where my world is law. We would teams of raiders, builders, doctors, and farmers, and I would be in charge, and any who disobey would be used to feed the farms. Oh my gosh. I like that though.
I do be liking that though.
I do be liking that.
I do be liking what I be smelling.
I learned a bit more about polyamory today. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for being here, Kibi. I appreciate it. Even though I could survive the apocalypse, I wouldn't want to. Same. I'd be happy as fuck running through the rooftops in the big city. Very cool. Music's in my ear. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate it. I know we're cutting it close to like 3 p.m. So I was trying to get this going so we don't go past that time because I know you said before.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But thank you so much for sharing with us and your stories and being so vulnerable. I really appreciate it. We all definitely learned a little bit more about ourselves and about being poly.
Thank you for
Maybe
having me.
maybe we got some more questions to ask ourselves. I say this to everyone at every episode and to my guest. For whatever reason, if you ever want to talk, about what we talked about or just in general feel like sometimes maybe someone won't understand you, my door's always open for you. And this goes for chat as well. If you guys ever want to talk to anybody, whether if it's something very personal, something that we didn't get to talk about today, or something that you might want to talk about, my door's open. I'm always open to talk, to listen. I am like Fern. I like to reduce risk, the risk factors in our community. So if anybody ever needs someone to talk to, I'm here for you, and I'm also here for the community.
Yeah, and I'm here as well. My DMs are always open.
Hi, Thea. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Okay. Let us. Yeah, they left. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. GG's. Okay, we're gonna do the thing where we stop stream and then we come back.